When it comes to Sasuke Uchiha, we've seen the character undergo many changes during this time in the Naruto franchise, from a once happy boy to a survivor of the Uchiha massacre, a once proud Konoha shinobi to becoming an Avenger, steeped in the darkness and the bloodshed of the ninja world once he learned the truth about his clan, a boy who was being used and misled by others to, at the start of his battle with Naruto, he was a visionary with the goal of becoming a revolutionary to change the ninja world for the better by reshaping it into his image as a dictator style Hokage. Sasuke was going to finish that story, a force of power and hatred that would force peace through sheer will by abusing the Sharingan and the Rinnegan to unlock immortality, to ensure the stranglehold he had on the ninja world. However, as we would all know, it would take a few right hooks to the face, a few Rasengan shoved down his throat, and losing an arm to make Sasuke realize that this idea for peace and this vision for peace and for the future, it wasn't the correct path to be going down. And so Sasuke bent the knee to Naruto, vowing to help Naruto create a world that Naruto spoke about. A world where the nations work together, where there was real peace, tangible peace, and he would trust in Naruto's version of peace. A vision that Sasuke believed would be unattainable, but one he would attempt to help Naruto achieve because he lost the fight and he agreed to trust in his rival. As we all know, this would lead to Sasuke going on to his redemption journey after the 4th Ninja War, but as you guys have heard me say quite a few times, not everything surrounding Sasuke's redemption journey, the very events that helped shape him into the man that we see in Boruto, was ever fully adapted into the anime. And even with the Sasuke Shin in the Sunrise, where it was adapted into the anime, there was quite a bit cut out of that adaptation that Naruto Shippuden did, which is why in today's newest installment of After Naruto Shippuden, we're going to be taking a look at Sasuke's single biggest fear after the 4th Ninja War that kept him up at night and made him doubt the very strongly the peace that Naruto was working to build would actually hold up, because it was the one thing that none of the 5 Kage had ever considered due to these peaceful times making them soft. Whereas Sasuke was out there in the underbelly of the ninja world and he saw more issues that the Kage were not aware of, or in some cases they were choosing to ignore. Looking at the 5th Mizukage here, for those of you guys who are new, After Naruto Shippuden is a series on the channel where we take a look at the story events and lore that occur in the Naruto timeline between Naruto chapter 699 and the start of the Boruto era in Naruto chapter 700, with much of this material never having been adapted into the Naruto Shippuden anime. Hence the title, After Naruto Shippuden. The information for this video is going to be coming to us from one of those stories, Sasuke Shinen, the story of Sunrise, which this story is set towards the tail end of Sasuke's redemption journey, where unlike the anime showed you, Naruto and Hinata, they're already married by this point in the timeline. Which, for reference, this is the exploding human saga in Naruto Shippuden. In the scene we're about to go over, which again was not shown in the anime, Sasuke is sitting on top of the treetops at some faraway village looking at the sun, and he's deep in his thought, going over things that he's seen while he's been on his redemption journey, and Sasuke finds himself shaken as he's piecing together regarding the dark truth that the Kage have been ignoring in this time since Naruto bodied Toneri and got married to Hinata. Whereas the other Kage, they had slipped back into cruise control. Sasuke was the one who saw how far the ninja world was spiraling towards a crisis event, because the second time in 2 years, the planet as they knew it was almost destroyed. First by Kaguya and her plan to make a Zetsu army, and this time by Toneri, who had planned to literally destroy the entire Earth itself by using the Tensegan. This is what ultimately led to Sasuke saying that his redemption journey had been focused on all the wrong things. He needed to start focusing more on Kaguya, because throughout his years of wandering, Sasuke had been picking up on clues about Kaguya that made him fear the rabbit goddess all the more, which is a reminder, Naruto not Hokage during this scene, and he has not even been informally named Hokage. So that scene where Sasuke tells the Boruto Kage about the threat beyond Kaguya, this hasn't happened yet. In this part of the timeline, the 4th Raikage and the other Kage you saw from the Ninja War, with the exception of Tsunade, they're still in power. With the scene in the context being set is here, I'll read the selected scenes from the light novel, then I'm going to come back to you guys with my thoughts and explain the significance of Sasuke already finding clues about Kaguya this early in the timeline and why he didn't say anything before the meeting he had with the Boruto Kage in Naruto Gaiden, and it's here I'm going to begin quoting. In the past, Sasuke had endured the pain and the suffering of having his family and clan taken from him with a powerful medicine of revenge. But in the depth of that darkness, he had become confused about the path to go down. He had lost sight of what was important. It had taken years for him to understand and accept it, but Sasuke felt as if he understood now. There were changes in this world. The 5 Kage had moved to make major wars disappear and maintain peace and order. The power of ninjas was once used to attack and invade other nations. Now it was being used to develop equipment that didn't require chakra to transmit information, maintain medical facilities, create medical enhancements, enhance distribution, amongst other things. The world was stepping into a new age of growth fueled by technology, but Sasuke couldn't overlook one particular issue: Kaguya Otsutsuki. Kaguya had come back to this world, and Sasuke, along with his comrades in Team 7 and Obito Uchiha, they had defeated her. Once the threat that rocked the world had passed, people rejoiced. Sasuke always felt bothered by it. Through Black Zetsu's maneuvering to bring her back, Kaguya had linked the people, cast an infant Tsukiyomi, and she had attempted to transform them into her personal soldier, an army of white Zetsu. From what Sasuke was able to discover, she had once freed this world of conflict before. The people who weren't turned into Zetsu and the children born after that, they lived in a world of peace. However, it bothered Sasuke the more he looked into it. Why, in a world where fighting was supposed to have stopped, was there a need to once again use the infinite Tsukiyomi on more people to turn them into white Zetsu soldiers, to play cruelly with those humans, abuse her power on humans who were born during that time of peace, treat them like cattle, to control humans with fear, but to what end? A number of reasons came to Sasuke's mind. But Sasuke at this time, he had no clear answer, which is why he continued to chase the traces of Kaguya to clear away his fears and his doubts and his questions. Sasuke might have had the Rinnegan. Picking up Kaguya's trail, it was no easy feat. End quote. Now, what you see here is that Sasuke heard that story from Hagoromo about how his mother had fallen from grace after eating the chakra fruit, and heard Zetsu's account on why Kaguya did what she did. And Sasuke didn't take it at face value. Sasuke didn't go, okay, the story's been finished. Sasuke said, let me dig a little deeper. And he found himself asking questions that should have been on the minds of everyone at this point in the timeline. If Kaguya had successfully made an army the first time 1,000 years ago and ushered in peace, then why did she attempt to do it a second time during that same time period, making more soldiers before Hagoromo and Hamura stopped her? Why would she need an even bigger army when there are only human beings who couldn't use chakra? Was she scared of pitchforks? Was she scared of arrows? Sasuke looked at that and said, this don't add up. Sasuke lost sleep over this very question, and it led to him asking the next question. He'd fought Kaguya himself. He'd sensed the desperation during her third attempt to make a Zetsu army, and Sasuke found himself asking another question. What was it that had someone as powerful as Kaguya that afraid that she was on her third attempt to make an army to protect herself? It wouldn't be until he learned after the existence of Toneri that there was another Otsutsuki out there that Sasuke would find himself considering the possibility of there being more Otsutsuki out there, and it absolutely freaked him out. They were only able to keep Kaguya stopped because Hagoromo gave him his chakra via the chakra seals to perform the 6-pass Chibaku Tensei, which traps a target in 6-pass chakra, reinforced Chibaku Tensei that simultaneously drains the target of their chakra to absolute zero, making it impossible to break out of, because at absolute zero you have bigger problems to worry about, because absolute zero in the Naruto world is a death sentence. Sasuke understood the moment that Hagoromo took back those chakra seals and Kaguya was defeated, the power that he and Naruto possessed at that moment in time, it wasn't enough to take down someone as strong as Kaguya. Sasuke used the power of the Rinnegan in his final battle. Naruto used 6-pass Sage Mode, and he combined it with 6-pass power, which is a simultaneous use of the 9 Biju chakra, and it's a different power than 6-pass Sage Mode. But that version of Naruto and Sasuke who blew off each other's arms, they were weaker than the same versions of themselves who just fought Kaguya a few moments prior. And it's the whole reason that both of them started training after the war. Deep down, both of them felt that there was a bigger threat than Kaguya coming. Naruto with a gut instinct, but Sasuke because he was piecing together information. Sasuke being out there in the ninja world and looking into the history of the Sage of 6 Paths and looking into the history of Kaguya's time on Earth 1,000 years ago, combined with Toneri popping up to attempt to destroy the Earth. with a brand new dojutsu that no one ever heard about, a dojutsu that evolved directly from the Hyuga, the people who had the closest bloodline to Kaguya. Sasuke's biggest fear was that there was something bigger than Kaguya coming, which is why she needed an army in the first place. However, at this point in the timeline, Sasuke, while he has been looking into Kaguya, he has no proof of those claims and worries of his, but seeing how many shinobi were out there and how the shinobi world was growing soft and using chakra to speed up the progress of technology, the idea that the Kage in charge, so Kakashi, Inoki, Gar, Mei, and the fourth Raikage, they had taken all the wrong lessons from the Kage and Toneri battles, it deeply troubled him. But not without any concrete proof to back up his claims. He couldn't raise his suspicions to anyone, but it would be through a chance encounter with Shinoke at the end of the story that we get a major hint that would put him in the direction of searching Kaguya's dimensions for answers, but not before he returned home to Konoha, which you can click down in the description box to check out more of those stories that happen after Naruto Shippuden, or you can click here to watch my newest video essay on my KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN channel going over the most complicated character in Chainsaw Man.